So in this episode of Tasmota Tips and Tricks, I'm going to show you how to sync all your lights and switches with none of those pesky rule things. Let's get to it. So we are going to be our own enemy and probably invalidate several of our old videos that we have on, say, doing multiple switches and smart bulbs and using dimmers to control smart lights. And it's just going to make things easier now that we have a new thing called device groups in Tasmota. Or is it Tasmota or whatever? Now, currently, as a recording of this video, there is device groups built into the regular Tasmota bin file, these regular stock firmware. So you don't have to compile anything or do any special weird things for the bin files. Just put the full Tasmota bin file onto your devices. I do want to give a shout out to PCDM, if I'm saying his name right. It's some good work. It's a good pull request and a good new feature that he added to Tasmota. It's really opened the doors and made things a lot easier for syncing switches and smart lights, especially in, say, a three-way light configuration, all without rules. So how does it work? Well, it doesn't use MQTT, but you will need to configure MQTT because it does use the GroupTopic name to do a UDP multicast to several different devices. And it's very quick. So it's just going to be device to device communication, and it does not go through MQTT, which means you don't have to do any special rules or other weird stuff. You're just going to have to set the same group topic. So it's pretty simple to do. So let's go ahead and start off with two lights and I'll show you how it works. And then we'll work up and we'll add a couple things to it instead of just looking at a GitHub documentation. I know we want to see how it works, right? So let's jump into it. So you're going to need all of your devices flashed with the latest firmware from Tasmota. If you don't already have them flashed with Tasmota, what are you waiting on? You should have flashed them already with Till You Convert. Get your stuff out of the cloud, and it's a really easy process. You can use Till You Convert. We'll leave the link up there and probably down there, as well as we'll leave a list of a few products we like to use in a lot of different projects. And it does help out the channel from time to time, which we appreciate. So, well, how do you make sure you do have the latest copy of Tasmota on your devices? You will need to jump over to the Tasmota GitHub, and we will leave the link down below. What you're looking for is, currently as the recording of this video, I am using 8.1.0.10, and that does have the device groups feature built in. If you want to upgrade any of your devices to them, you'll need to scroll down and go to the development code base. Now, of course, if you are watching this later, possibly the version of Tasmota Stable will have the device groups built in. But this time it's not, so we need to go over to the hackbox.org, and you'll need the Tasmota bin file. So just right-click and copy the link address to your clipboard, go to your device, you'll go to Firmware Upgrade, and you'll paste this link into the OTA URL. Now, if you did download the bin file separately, you will need to do the two-step dance manually, that's where you would download the minimal bin file, you'd flash it, and then you'd wait for it to come back, and then you'd put the Tasmota bin in. Well, but we have these things called computers. Well, let's let it do it automatically. So if you just paste this URL in here and hit Start Upgrade, Tasmota's smart enough where if there's not enough space, it will do the minimal for you and flash the full bin file for you all automatically. Just hit the bin file in there, hit Start Upgrade, walk off for about 5 minutes and come back. It'll do the upgrade process for you automatically. Just don't mess with it while it's doing it. And that's it. And you'll be on the latest copy. So in this example, we're going to start out with two Zimmy Smart Downlights. It's just a really easy way. You can use whatever type of RGB bulbs, and you can mix and match devices. So really, it's just up to your imagination and your project, but we're just going to start out with two RGB CW lights, and then we're going to add some things in there. Now, of course, we did add them into Home Assistant, but you don't even have to be running Home Assistant for this. You could use whatever type of home automation software, or just don't use any at all. You could just use Tasmota and say just to some sort of MQTT broker that you will need to configure, but you really don't need MQTT since this is using UDP. So just to show you, we do have them both in Home Assistant itself, and we can turn them on and off. We have a 6-inch and a 4-inch, and we both have them set to the same color, and you can tell they're not synced up. They're all going to be separate control. So same typical stuff that you've seen before. Well, how do we make them sync up to each other? What you'll want to do is jump into the console, and you'll want to set a group topic for each set of devices you're going to sync. And they do need to be on your same network segment. So you can't have them on one VLAN and over to another. They do need to allow UDP broadcast to go to each device. So we're just going to set our group topic as DevGroup, and we'll go into each light console, and we'll set that one to DevGroup as well. This is the 4-inch light. And possibly it will reboot when you're setting the group topic, so don't worry about that. That's normal. Now, the way to enable this is you do need to enable set option 85. So go into the console of each light and type in set option 85 space 1 and hit enter. And you should get a message called multicast rejoined. So then we'll go to the other light and we'll do a set option 85 space 1 on the second light. And now to show you that they're synced back up is when we turn one light off, the other one turns off. And we can turn one off and they both turn off. They're much like a light group. Well, now there is one problem with that, because now you can't individually control your lights. So if you had, say like in my case, I've got 6 downlights in my living room. Sometimes we like to just have the backlights on behind us when we're watching TV. Well, you don't want to do this. You don't want to have one light control the other light. So that's where a key feature comes in that they built into device groups. So what you want to do is come back to the documentation, and there's a dev group share, and it has an incoming and an outgoing mask. And the masks are here based on the fade speed, the light scheme, color, etc. Well, we're just going to set it where the incoming is allowed, but the outgoing is not, meaning that when we change the brightness or the color on one light, it's not going to send out a message out to the other ones to impact their brightness or color or power state. So we'll copy that and we'll paste that into the console. So you'll see it does in and out is 0, and do it to the other one. And now we'll check to make sure in Home Assistant that when we do turn them off and on, they are back to independent control, but they are going to listen to the same command from our dimmer and our light switches. So now let's take a look at adding a light switch into the equation. Now in this example, we are just using a little Sonoff S20. You could use a light switch or a plug or whatever it is, because it's just an on-off device, and the power is not actually coming from that device. This would be much like in our other videos where we have some light switches in the wall that we don't actually cut the power on and off of your smart bulbs, because you don't want to do that. You want them to be on and have power all the time, and you just change their actual power state of the bulbs themselves. So we'll just use this as an example, and we're going to push the button on and off. Well, now we want the light bulbs to listen to this button press and turn themselves off whenever we turn off the plug or light switch. So to do that, we'll jump into the console and we'll set that same group topic. Just going to set it to dev group, and then we'll do set option 85 space 1. Got our message, multicast rejoined. And we haven't done any rules or anything. It's just basically setting the group topic and turning on set option 85. So now we'll try the button out. And you can see it does turn them off very quickly. We'll change camera angles here, just so you can get a better look at them closely. Now we'll push the button, and boom, that turns both lights on. And now you'll notice also, once we go to Home Assistant, we still have the independent control of the actual lights themselves. And we can have one on, it turns it off, and then we push the button, it turns them both back on. Pretty cool stuff and keeps them all in sync. Definitely makes it easier, and you don't have those crazy rules where you start to, your eyes start to glaze over and you say, Travis, I don't know how you do all this rule stuff. Well, don't need them anymore. So let's work in another switch and say do a three-way configuration now. So of course we're going to use a Martin Jerry dimmer, right, of DevGroup. Let it reboot if it needs to. And we'll do our set option 85 space 1. And for the switches, we do want inbound and outbound because, of course, we want to control them. And now we just pushed one button on the dimmer, and you'll also notice the S20 turned off, and it keeps it all in sync. So you could do the situation where we did a single light switch and a dimmer switch and have them all sync up without any crazy rules to keep everything all in sync. And of course, we can take the button on the S20, turns everything back on, including the dimmer. And best of all, we can still do the dimming. And we've done no rules to change the dimming level. It just automatically keeps the dimming all in sync, just like freaking magic, right? That Tasmota device group magic. Awesome stuff. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. Really simple, no rules. Throw in your few set options, group topics, boom, you're done. And all your stuff is beautiful. It stays in sync. Awesome feature. Appreciate it, PCDM. If you see him around our Discord, definitely give him a shout out and thank him as well. He hangs out there from time to time. He's also doing some work on that Martin Jerry dimmer as well, which we'll be sharing soon. Some cool stuff for that. Hit that thumbs up or that thumbs down. Definitely give us a comment down below on some other stuff you'd like to see in our Tasmota tips and tricks videos. I'd like to thank all the Patreon subscribers. Helps bring new products, projects, and cool little videos to the channel each week. Thank you again. And of course, you should be a subscriber. Mash that bell icon, and y'all take care.